More from Tulkinghorn.
Again?
He served a writ on that scoundrel Boythorn.
Really, I don't see why you and Mr. Boythorn shouldn't settle your differences and agree to be good neighbours.
I'll see the fellow in leg irons before I'm done with him. Ah, more about your law writer.
Oh?
He says, I have spoken to a crossing sweeper, answering to the name of Joe, no other name given, who plies his trade near the Court of Chancery. He spoke at the inquest on the body of the dead man. I am convinced that he has more to tell and await her ladyship's further instructions. Is that a matter of concern to you?
Tell him I have no further interest in the subject.
As you will, my dear.
Sir, got any change?
No, I haven't.
Evening, sir. Got any change, sir? Good day, sir. Evening, sir. Got any change, sir? Evening, miss. Got any change, miss?
Are you the boy they called Joe?
I don't know nothing. I ain't done nothing.
Come here. You have nothing to fear from me. You knew the man who died, the man called Nemo.
What if I did?
What was he like?
He was very good to me, he was. He gave me money when he had some.
I will give you money. If you will show me where he lived, and where he died, and where he was buried. Can you do that?
Yes, my lady.
I'm not a lady. I'm a servant.
Yes, miss.
Now go before me then. And don't turn around. And don't speak to me unless I speak to you. And I will give you more money than you have ever had in your life. Now lead on. Who lives here?
Mr. Snagsby. Him who gave him the writing to do. And give him money for it.
Lead on.
Down here. Around this corner. That's Crook's house. That's where he lived, miss. And that's where he died.
Which room?
Up at the top, miss. At the back.
What is this place? Why do you bring me here?
It's where they brought him, miss. To bury him.
What? In this dreadful place?
Just there, miss. See there? They didn't dig down very deep. There's a place to stamp upon it to get it in.
Is this consecrated ground?
What's that?
Is it blessed?
Blessed? I don't know. Ain't done it much good if it is. But I don't know nothing.
Here. Take this. Good night.
So arrogant numbskull?
give thanks unto the Lord, for his mercy endureth forever. For he satisfieth the empty soul.
Your friend is exposing herself to danger, I think. I hope I did not startle you. I took shelter here myself a few minutes before you did. I believe I have the pleasure of addressing Mr. Jarndyce.
I'm honored that you should remember me, Lady Dedlock.
I recognized you in church. I am sorry that this little local dispute of Sir Leicester's makes it so difficult for me to show you any attention here.
I quite understand.
I have sent for a carriage. It should be here very soon. I will have it sent back for you.
Your ladyship is very kind.
This must be Miss Clare, the ward in Jarndyce. Very pretty. And who is this?
Miss Esther Summerson. I act as her guardian.
Has Miss Summerson lost both her parents?
Yes, my lady.
You are fortunate in your guardian, Miss Summerson. Mr. Jarndyce, it seems a long time since we were in the habit of meeting. But I think you knew my sister better than you knew me.
Yes, through my friend Boythorn.
We went our different ways. We had little in common even before we agreed to differ. It should be regretted, I suppose. But it could not be helped. Here is the carriage. What, two of you?
You sent a message for an attendant. I am your ladyship's maid, not this one.
I'm sorry, my lady. I thought you might have meant me.
I did mean you, child. Put that shawl on me. You may walk back when the brain is cleared.
What? You tell me to walk? I am your maid, not her. Always you put her before me, this little village girl, this big man's daughter. You cannot do this to me.
I can do as I like, Hortense, as you well know. And now I say this to you. You are no longer my maid. You are dismissed. Walk back to the house, collect your things, and go. Come with me, child. Flowers in the drawing room are looking rather tired, Mrs. Ranswell.
I'll see to it at once, my lady.
Oh, Mrs. Ranswell,
Yes, my lady.
what do you know of that girl in Mr. Jarndyce's care?
Miss Clare, my lady, the ward in Jarndyce.
No, the other, her companion, Summerfield.
Miss Summerson, begging your pardon, my lady.
Well?
No one knows anything about her in the village. Except she seemed a very pleasant young lady. No airs and graces. But where she comes from, nobody knows, as they say.
All right, Mrs. Ranswell.
And come again, Mr. Carstensen.
Handsome carriage. Built to go far and fast, I'd say. Who the devil is it? I wasn't aware we were expecting visitors.
If you please, Sir Leicester.
Yes?
I believe it's Mr. Rouncewell's carriage.
Ah, yes, of course. Mrs. Rouncewell's son. What would one call him? A self-made man, I suppose. Treats himself pretty well, I must say.
No doubt he can afford to. One understands he owns a number of factories.
Extraordinary. Mr. Tulkinghorn informs me he has been invited to go into Parliament. My housekeeper's son, invited to go into Parliament.
She had another son, I understand, who turned out very badly, if that is of any comfort to you. Ran away to the wars and so forth.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But this one, the Iron Master, has written to me and asked for an interview with the two of us. But I'm confounded if I know what the fellow could possibly want from us.
Mr. Rouncewell, my lady.
Sir Leicester, Lady Dedlock, it is very good of you to see me.
We would always wish to oblige Mrs. Rouncewell's son, sir. Please sit down.
Thank you. I will be very brief. Lady Dedlock has been so kind as to take the young woman we have just seen into her service.
Rosa Cartwright.
Exactly. My son has fallen in love with Miss Cartwright and asked my consent to his proposing marriage to her. I am not at present inclined to oppose their engagement if the young woman is willing to engage herself. But I would have to make it a condition of my consent that she did not remain at Chesney Wold.
Not remain at Chesney Wold? I don't understand you, sir.
Mr. Rouncewell, pray explain what you mean.
Willingly, Lady Dedlock. My wife and I were plainly brought up, but we have risen in the world, and we have been able to educate our son and his sisters well. Very well. Now, unequal marriages are not so rare in our world. The son of a factory owner may fall in love with a young woman who works in that factory.
Mr. Rouncewell, do you draw a parallel between Chesney Wold and a factory?
I agree. The places are different, but I think the parallel may be justly drawn.
Are you aware, sir, that this young woman, whom my lady has placed near her person, was educated here? Was brought up at the village school, just outside the very gates of this house?
I'm brought up very well, I'm sure, as far as that goes.
Mr. Rouncewell...
My lady, permit me one moment. Mr. Rouncewell, our views on duty, and our views on station, and our views on education, in short, all our views, are so diametrically opposed that to prolong this discussion would be repellent to your feelings and would certainly be repellent to mine. This young woman is honored with my lady's notice and favor, but if she wishes to withdraw herself, she is at liberty to do so. We are obliged to you for the plainness with which you have spoken. Now let us leave the subject.
Sir Leicester, Lady Dedlock, I thank you for your attention. I shall very strongly recommend my son to conquer his present inclinations. Good day.
He's an obstinate fellow.
Come to me, child. Come here. Tell me the truth. Are you in love, Rosa?
Oh, my lady.
Is it Mr. Rouncewell's son?
Yes. But I don't know that I'm in love with him. Yet.
Yet?
I did think that he liked me. Forgive me, my lady.
I'm not angry with you, Rosa. You know I like to have you near me.
Thank you, my lady.
You would not want to leave me so soon, would you? Even for a lover?
Oh, no, my lady.
Good. Now, I have been thinking of spending some time in our London house. Should you like to come with us?
Oh, yes, my lady.
Then you shall.